How does specific camping gear serve you? First, you're going to need a sleeping bag. These sell for $39.95 all the way up to $600, $700, $800. They're filled with all kind of exotic materials. Basically, the colder the climate, the more money you need to spend on a sleeping bag. You're going to need a flashlight. I highly recommend, instead of a handheld flashlight, you get one of these head models that fits around your head just like that. The reason is, if you get out to your campsite at 9 o'clock at night and it's dark, and you take your camp axe, which you're going to need to go cut up some downed wood, you could just simply turn on your flashlight over your head and you've got two hands free to now work on various things. You're going to need a trash bag for obvious reasons. You want to take out whatever you take into that campsite. You can also use it as an emergency poncho. You can also cover your backpack at night with this trash bag. I recommend you leave your backpacks outside of the tent, but you'll need to protect the backpack from dew and rain with a trash bag. You need some way to start a fire. You've got waterproof matches here. You can use flint and steel and magnesium. But really, one of the best and least expensive ways to start a fire is with dryer lint. This stuff goes up like you wouldn't believe. So check with mom or your girlfriend and collect all this lint before you go on your camping trip. You'll need extra clothing so that if you get wet, you've got something to change into. And you'll need something to sleep on underneath your sleeping bag. This is a waffle-shaped foam pad, and it does two things. It insulates you from the temperature of the ground, and it also gives you a little bit of comfort. Now, when you get old, like me, you want to get something a little better than that. This is a self-insulating pad. You just crank the valve on this thing, lay it open, and it self-inflates. Close the valve, and now you've got a little cushion of air to sleep on. You're also going to need a knife. Actually, you don't need anything like this. We'll get to first aid in a minute. Actually, what you really need is a small pocket knife about this size. And you'll be using this to cut rope and to make tinder out of twigs, things like that. Comes in real handy if you forgot how to pack a fork. You can make one out in the forest with a pocket knife. And the last thing you're going to need is a ground pad or tarp to go underneath your tent. You can't just set up your tent up on the bare ground. This is going to create a vapor barrier between your tent and your sleeping bag. Got to have this. But you don't have to spend $10 for a tarp to use as a ground pad. You can actually use something like this. This is actually the shipping bag, if you will, from a mattress that comes from a mattress company. And this cost me absolutely